If you love to bake cakes but frosting intimidates you, you don't need fancy tools or experience for this one. This is my winter white cake, and the cake itself is intentionally very simple. It's soft, light, and easy to make, even if baking is not something you do all the time. There's nothing complicated happening in the batter, and that is very much on purpose. I wanted a cake that feels reliable and stress-free from start to finish. Flavor-wise, it's a classic vanilla cake with the option to add a small amount of almond extract. It's subtle, but it gives the cake a little extra warmth and sweetness that feels perfect for winter. Even before frosting, this cake is something you would happily slice and serve. Once the cake is baked and fully cooled, that is where the decorating comes in. The sugared cranberries are optional, but they add such a nice contrast and texture. Traditionally, I like to let them soak overnight so they really absorb that simple syrup and turn sweet and glossy. That longer soak really does make a big difference. If you're short on time, I do have a quicker method on my website that still works beautifully, but if you can plan ahead, the overnight version is worth it. Now for the frosting, which is where the cake really comes together. You don't need piping tips, you don't need special tools, and you do not need experience decorating cakes to do this. If you have a piping bag, great. If you don't, a gallon Ziploc bag works just as well. Just cut the corner and you are ready to go. I start by piping dollops of buttercream across the outside ring of the cake, and after the first ring is complete, I take a regular kitchen teaspoon and use the back of the spoon. Starting in the center of each dollop, I gently drag the spoon inward towards the center of the cake. The single motion turns each dollop into a soft petal shape. I do this in 3 rings, working my way towards the center, and I intentionally leave the center flat. That open space makes it easier to finish the cake and gives you the perfect spot for the cranberries. As you're doing this, do not worry about making every petal perfect. This is one of those designs where the repetition is what makes it look really put together, and once you get into that rhythm, it actually becomes very relaxing and the cake starts to come together quickly. Once the cranberries go on, the cake feels complete without feeling overworked or overwhelming. If you're newer to baking and want a cake that looks detailed but still feels completely doable, this is such a good place to start. And of course, you can find the full recipe and the full step-by-step instructions on my website for free, so you can bake and decorate this confidently from start to finish at your own pace.